Back up.
Yep, we're back. Outside of running a hardwire again from my computer to my router, or maybe just reboot my router, or maybe I'll just talk to my internet. I did a speed check before we started, and I was getting 398 upload and 295 down. Other way around, 398 download, 290 something upload. So I should have no problems whatsoever.
Right.
So I really don't know what the heck's going. That's actually really slow because I pay for gigabit, but my Wi-Fi is like all the way across on the other side of the house, and it goes through like three walls to get to me. I've got some extenders and stuff to kind of help out, but I can plug in. But I usually don't have much of a problem. But the last two streams, man, I've just had all kinds of issues. But I seriously apologize, folks, for cutting out there. But as you guys walk in, you hear the Archbishop telling people that I know you are scared, and I understand you have a right to fear for your families. The evil one, the wizard Nether, he who used to raise the bodies from the ground to use their parts to stitch together his abomination. He has declared that he is going to take revenge upon our city, and he has built a colossus that is going to be here in a matter of days if we do not send our troops there to defend. But I fear that our troops may not be enough. And as he's talking, you hear a man sort of yell out, I have a plan! I have a plan! You, let him forward. Hey, let the man speak. And as you watch this man wearing these brown and green robes, sort of old, slightly balding, still has brown hair, but again, rather thin, as he hobbles his way up, and he yells in a voice that's even though he's trying to yell, it's still sort of weak, and it doesn't project very far. So you're catching bits and pieces as you move forward. And he stands and he says, my friends, you know me. I, Gaspar du Nord. You know me. Once I was wrong. I did not know the error of my ways, and I worked as a student under the Nether until we discovered what he was doing in the secret laboratories of his evil designs upon the city, as he was creating these undead abominations. And so, as you know, since the outlaw of the magic arts, I have no longer practiced magic. However, I still believe I can call upon the knowledge from these days, and I can craft a powder. When you blow into the face of the beast, it will destroy it and return it to its original form. But to do so requires much bravery. You must get into the face of the beast and blow it directly so that it breathes in this dust, which will undo the magic that binds it together.
I tapped the paladin's horns.
Yeah.
As Zadkiel rides forward, I will do it. As everybody looks,
And we will help him.
as he looks, he goes, I do not know you. Are you new to Vion? And why would you help those who do not know you?
We've helped 13 people,
And we don't like evil.
and we hate evil.
And we do it to save the trees.
As everybody looks around, you can do it.
You can do it.
As the Archbishop, come speak with us. As Zadkiel dismounts, strides through the crowd that parts like a wave, as he sort of struts his way up, puffing out his chest. I am Zadkiel, follower of St. Cuthbert. He's a pagan.
Pagan.
As you hear the whispers, pagan, 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 devil worship, devil worship, devil worship, devil worship.
Oh, yeah.
As he stands, he goes, I will destroy this beast because that is what we do. Me and my friends shall champion your cause. And everybody's like, okay, they can go die. That's okay, as long as we don't have to go die.
Let the pagans die. Let them die.
As everybody's sort of looking at you guys, giving you this strange kind of, who are you? They look at Satal and they look at Varys, very like whispering about the misshapen ears and the oblongness of your face. Well, still, as they're sort of looking and trying to figure out who you guys are and what you're about, as the Archbishop grabs Gaspard du Nord along with Zadkiel and sends a soldier over to escort you to the to his offices. We have our champions. We shall destroy the beast, and we shall take down Nether at the same time. Come, champions of Vion. We have much to discuss. As you enter into the offices of the Archbishop, Gaspard sort of hobbling behind him gets into the office. I'm assuming if all of you join him or not. Anybody not joining him? As you all join him in his offices. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure our horses are.
Okay. Fair point.
Horses.
As the guards take the horses and tie them up to nearby hitching posts, as you guys are escorted into the Archbishop's offices.
The instruction would be made later about a certain mirror.
Okay.
Um,
As you guys get in, the Archbishop sort of turns around quickly and says, okay, I did not wish to cause the alarm on my people, but who are you and why are you here? Do you work for Nether?
no.
Then why would you so readily volunteer yourselves? We have not even offered you coin. We have not offered you land. We have not offered you anything of prominence to make you wish to go throw your lives upon the sword.
You have one thing and one thing only.
And that is what? Tell me your greediness.
We want the Viper Circle mirror.
As Gaspard sort of takes in his Gaspard sort of takes in, and he's like, oh, you wish to... Yes, of course, anything that you need. If this is what you need as service to complete the task, then my family heirloom is yours. Although I do not know why you would wish something so inconsequential. But it is yours.
Throw a handful of acorns in with it, and we'll call it a deal.
Acorns,
Maybe
I do
a
not.
little bit of gold.
A little bit of gold would be fine too.
Yes.
Yes.
Our town council has already agreed. We can give you a reward should you successfully destroy the beast.
But we are going to need Gaspard's powder too.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes. The powder we can make this. I can have three doses of the powder for you by tomorrow. Any longer wait than that, and the beast will be upon us. So you will have to go to the north, and you will have to go to Ilurang. Okay. You're gonna have to pronounce that for me, Olivier. How do I pronounce that little Ylourgne?
Oh, can you? Oh, Ilurgne?
Yes. You have to go to Ilurgne. That is where he is creating his monstrosity, the Colossus.
Well, it looks like it's going to take us, 2 days to get there?
Yes, I believe. Yes, it's going to take you at least 2 days to get there by horse. If you ride quickly through the night, you can get there in a day and a half.
Well, we need your powder, so.
Yes, so I will get you the powder in the morning, and then you can leave immediately in the morning, and in a day and a half or 2 days at the most, if you ride quickly, you can be there.
Do we have any
Well-
other intelligence about this guy?
Yeah, what other meaning
He is.
this
I
guy?
do not know. I only know that he has transferred his soul into the Colossus, and he means to destroy us all with it.
Is he so? He said he was a wizard.
He is a user of the black arts. He used to dabble in necromancy, and he would bring creatures from the dead. Now I believe he has grown so powerful that he can transfer his own spirit into his Colossus and
Is
drive.
Colossus-
The Colossus is his giant beast standing 100 feet high.
Is it,
100 feet.
is it made from the dead?
It is made from the bodies of slain and dead creatures, necromantic in nature.
And we get to sell them
Hmm?
concerning his new sword.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. And yeah, we have a lot of expertise in slaying the undead.
Well, this
And
is good to know.
And destroying constructs. Even.
This is good to know. This is very good to know. So I will
Yes,
have
fine.
you.
Yeah, have him get his powder going, and we'll get ourselves ready for leaving in the morning.
Can you have a
Yeah, maybe they can put us up.
get some holy water? Yeah, definitely need a
Yeah,
for the night, all that.
Of
See,
course.
some
Yes, of
Christian
course.
holy water. They
Of
Catholic?
course. No, they're just Christian. Believer in the one true God, Yahweh. As they break and allow you guys to go, you are provided a room at the Inn of Vion, where you guys are able to spend the night. Spend the night sort of resting, recuperating, putting your spell lists together, etc., etc., etc. I am not going to go through too much of this. You are given in the morning. You guys are met at daybreak at 7 in the morning, where you are given 3 small little tied pouches, or little cloth pouches, would have little leather ties at the top of each one. Each one probably holds about 3 or 4 ounces of this blackish powder. You must strike the beast in the face with this powder so that you are ensured that it breathes in, and in doing so, it will cause it to revert to its original pieces. Somewhere, the necromancer has his own personal body as part of this construct, and I am sure that his spirit resides in there somewhere. So I would suggest that when you destroy the beast, you find the body of the necromancer and slay him where he stands before he sucks the life from you to create more of his monstrosities.
So the powder has to be blown in the beast's
It,
face.
if you hit it in, yes, it has to be into its face where it can breathe in through its mouth or nose, so that it inhales the powder.
Alright, well, gonna be needing to use fly and or some kind of
Mhm.
no you can't you can use some burn type vomit or something. Maybe. Or
Yep.
summon an arrow middle.
All right. As you guys are sort of discussing what's going on in the town, it's maybe 8 o'clock as you're getting ready to make your way out toward Ilring, or however you pronounce it, because I'm not French. But I did play one in a D&D game once. As you guys are in the office of the Archbishop, you feel this tremble as the ground that you're standing on in the building sort of shakes slightly.
Ah, shit. It's already here.
Not even 2 minutes later, guards come bursting through. The beast is early, sir. We can see him over the treetops. And then they turn around and run back the way they came.
Well, let's get on.
Right.
All right, who's gonna fly? Because we got a potion of flying too.
Didn't Sephora give Baron a scroll of fire?
Yes, Baron has a scroll of fly.
I have a potion of flying in our bag of holding.
Yep.
Okay.
So Baron should take one of the dusts.
Yep.
And then the paladin with the sword.
Yep. And
That'll
so
be for sure.
all right, so the Baron, Zadkiel, and who else? Who else wants to go?
Who's gonna take the potion of flying? Or it would be great if it was Varys because you're invisible, right?
Yeah, let me do it. I'll do it.
Okay. All right. As you guys
I
are,
got a question.
yes, sir.
So we've been wandering around this French location for I would guess a couple of weeks now. Have
Yes.
I seen anything that would make me think that if I cast an animal summoning 2 spell, which can be up to 8 hit dice monsters,
Okay.
that I would have any success in like calling some, I don't even know what those would be, elephants or rhinos, whatever it would be.
So I don't know that you would find anything that large in this region. You have seen things like deer, large, cattle, stuff like that, but nothing the size of like elephants or anything like that. Now, that being said, nothing says that monster summoning has to be creatures that are just around you. They could be like teleported in from other regions or anything like that. But you don't know if they exist in this world. You have not seen anything that size, but that's not to say it's not there, right? So hope that helps in answering.
Sure.
I will say, as the spell goes, when you call them, I've never said they had to be in the region to appear. They just get teleported in. So as long as elephants and stuff are in this world, then you can bring those things in.
Okay. Thanks,
I would
DM.
I would just need to know what they are so I could drop them on the map. Cool.
Yes, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all.
I think the rest of us, while those three are trying to blow this dust into the thing's face, we try to go find that necromancer.
Okay. All right. As you guys are led to the side or to the gates leading out the other side, there are 2 towers that you guys can run up. You could see the flight of stairs running up. There's a tower A and tower B. And as you guys sort of arrive, you see appearing on the very edge of the treetops this massive creature. Looks like a human body stitched together with thousands of pieces, fully 100 feet tall and half as wide with his arms spread as a sort of the ground shakes beneath its feet as it crushes the trees as it's wading through, heading toward Vion. What are you guys going to do? You going to take up positions, or what are we going to do?
Well, the 3 flyers will probably climb up to this parapet whatever, and then fly off of that. Probably.
Okay.
What's it look like for duration before it gets to us, DM?
10 minutes maybe.
All right. Well, here's what I'd like to do then, DM. I would like to move up to the top of either of those towers, and I would like to cast a animal summoning 2.
Okay. Go ahead and put yourself on whichever tower you want.
Which one are you planning to attack, DM?
It's gonna actually, it's coming straight down the middle, so you can assume that it's gonna try to like just collapse right through the center. Not so much a tower, just like right down the middle.
All right. You've insufficiently aided me, but that's okay.
How fast is? I mean, is
That's
this
busting
thing?
your balls, DM.
That's
this thing
fine.
moving faster than a horse?
No, it's lumbering, but it's like every step it takes, it steps like 30, 40 feet. Right. So,
So we could easily evade it on horse.
oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I think we should. The other 3 of us that are not going to fly and attack, or except for you if you're in your animals. Then the other 2 of us. Who would that be? Me and Baron? No, me and Zad. No, Zad kills swords.
Yep.
Me and who? Me and Salt?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hang on. Yeah. Deglin's using the potion, right?
No. I was giving the potion to Varys so he could fly.
Okay. So Varys is, hang on, I want to put this down. Varys is flying. Zadkiel is flying. And Baron is flying. All right. So Baron is going to use his fly scroll. Fly scroll?
Yep.
Yeah, he really doesn't want to do that. He would rather copy it into his spell book, but okay. I guess he'll have to. That's okay. Just one spell.
I mean, he had time.
Yeah,
He did.
had, over a
He
week.
could have taken the whole. He could have taken that whole.
Yeah. The problem is it costs like a lot of money with all the potion, or have to have all the special ink that you have to buy and all that stuff. So on the road, I'm pretty sure he couldn't. So anyway, bottom line is, Deglin, what are your actions? Ronnie, you're casting a spell.
I'm gonna get on horseback and I'm going out to evade the monster, but look for the necromancer.
Okay. All right.
I'm going with him, I guess, if I can.
All right. And Sultal is on horse. All right. And Ronnie, you are casting Monster Summoning 2. How many creatures does that summon?
Animal summoning 2.
Animal
so
summon.
it would do up to 6 animals of no more than 8 hit dice, or 12 animals of no more than 4 hit dice each.
Okay. So do we have to roll for the number, or does it just?
No, it doesn't even tell you. Now there might be. Oh wait, there's those charts in the back of the. Hold on, in the back of the DMG. Give me 1 minute.
Yep. No worries. All right. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative. As the party gains the initiative, and going first would be Ronnie Noblight. So we'll wait for Ronnie to figure what we're doing as far as casting the spell. So I need to know what the creatures are.
All right, DM. Well, so it has, those are monster summoning, but this is animal summoning.
Okay.
So I guess maybe I can pick an animal, or you pick an animal, DM. I could give you some options. So like the giant otter has 5 hit dice. So I'd say that, 5 of those could show up. The bear, different bears could show up. They have between, so like the brown bear would be a 5+5, so maybe 4 of those could show up. Or if you went with black bear, you could do 12 of those.
What level spell is it?
What? Pardon me?
4th level spell?
It is I think it's 5th. Yeah, it's
5th
level.
Okay.
Or is it 4th?
Yep.
Nope, it's 5th.
It's a 5th level. It's the same. It works the same as Animal Summoning 1, except that 6 animals of no more than 8, or 12 of no more than 4. All right. So you tell me, which would you rather have? Would you rather have 6 or 12?
I would like to get 12 of those big. I mean, 6 of those big buggers, DM, if possible.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. All right. So I just need to. Which animal did you want? We'll go ahead and let me look them up. Make sure I've got them here to drop on the map. So you're
Well,
getting your 6 hit
cave
dice.
bear would be awesome.
Cave bear.
Yeah.
Cave bear is a 7 hit dice according to this.
Well, 6 plus. Okay, how about 6 brown bear? 5 plus 5.
We will go. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it's the same thing. It shows up as a grizzly, but it's the same thing.
How about
So
dire badgers?
yeah. No. All right. So I am going to. They don't have icons, unfortunately, in this game. So I'm just going to. You said you get 6 of those, right?
Yes, DM.
All right. So I am going to drop them as they appear, as they come out of the woodwork, so to speak.
The woods.
He's here. All right. So as you guys watch Ronnie starts slinging his spell, suddenly you hear the roars of several large bears coming up out of the woods as Ronnie casts his animal summoning spell, and these rather large grizzly bears, male, female, regardless, they are large and they are woof, woof, headed your way, Ronnie, right toward you.
Awesome, DM. I'm gonna want them to attack this monstrosity.
All right. Satal, you are up as you get onto your horse. And I'm going to put you right at the gate. So you and Deglin are both at the gate with your horses. As you guys can ride a speed of 24, so you can go basically 240 squares or 240 yards in a round if you're galloping around.
I think we should gallop around behind it because I don't think this necromancer is going to be, in front of this beast. He's going to be behind it someplace.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and can you guys move yourself off the map, or do I have to do that for you?
Let me see.
Should let you.
Yeah, it met me.
All right. All right. Go ahead and give me a search check, both of you.
So,
Okay. 4 for Satal. Missed. Nothing. Deglin?
I got a 5.
Oh, yeah. So as you guys are getting around the back of this thing is covered with like trees and moss and all this other stuff. It looks like it's been kind of growing on it as well. So you don't see anything, at least not yet, as you guys sort of take your positions to the rear. Varys.
Alright, I'm going to drink the potion and turn invisible.
Okay.
And you'll see about giving it a face full of powder.
All right. Baron casts his spell. He now has fly as he grabs the grabs the pouch or the powder that he's got, and he begins to fly. So he will be able to move next turn. That was already Deglin. Zadkiel the Righteous, as he immediately grabs his blade and he begins to fly. He's going to fly up. He's going to fly up. Well, he can. His fly speed is. I guess I should have looked. Anybody have the fly spell handy to tell me what the fly speed is normally?
I'll look real quick.
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, I got it. I just. It's a 3rd level spell, so.
Mage.
Yeah, same as a 3rd level magic.
DM 12 per
Yep.
movement.
All right, so he can go up so he is going to go and he is going to fly up 100 feet because as you guys see, this thing is every bit of 100 foot tall. And that is his turn as he goes straight up. Why does it
It
not
says
show?
half if ascending.
Oh, half of ascending? Okay. So he goes up.
So 60 for going vertical.
Yep. So he goes up 60 feet. So it's going to take him another round for it to. Why did it? It's not. It did now. Update token. Now did it work? There we go. All right. So he's at 60 feet at the end of the round. As the Colossus. It just. Like a step and a half. It's at the gate, which have been closed behind it as he slams his fists into the gate. You guys watch as the timbers on the backside of the gate sort of crack, but don't quite give way with its first blow. But its massive fist comes down in its second blow, bursts the cross beam on the back, allowing the gate to slightly creak open. But that is its turn. Okay, back to the top of the order. Let's talk about actions. Deglin, action.
Still looking for the necromancer.
Okay.
Same here.
Well, we're right closer, but still out
Yep.
of arms.
Okay. Baron is going to ascend 50 feet because he's going vertical. Ronnie, actions. As you are in the tower, Ronnie, the tower itself is only 30 feet tall. The head of this thing is now above you, about 100 feet above you, and it sort of tilts its head down as it looks and it spies you standing there on the corner of the tower.
All right, DM. Obviously, it's got a hard on for druids.
Yeah, well, you sicked a bunch of bears on it, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
And I am going to cast a spell.
Okay, and I will say that all of the bears that you have there will be able to reach it in time. I am only going to put one of them in the combat, though, so that way I don't have to track every single one of them in combat. But they all go at the same time. So whatever the initiative of one bear is, well, I guess, whenever they go, they all go. So I just want to make sure you know that. All right. Okay, so Ronnie, you are casting a spell. Varus, you can ascend up to 50 feet, or you can do any combination of like 30 over 20 up, et cetera, et cetera. You just need to let me know.
Can't do. Is it 60?
Fly speed is 120.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You are correct. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I keep thinking 50, but it is 60 feet. Correct.
I'm gonna go 60.
Straight.
I turned invisible, so
Yep.
I'm gonna let Zad kill go in first, or and then go in behind him.
Okay. All right.
Save
All right.
this nat.
And Zadkill is going to go up another 40 feet and over 20 feet, and that'll reach right at the. He'll be able to throw his poach or throw his powder at the beast to see if he hits. So this could be over very quickly as Zadkill got to him right away. I like it. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Just want to make sure. This could be pretty easy. It could be over. It could be done easily. All right. So, as we have everybody's actions, and we are going to now see who goes first. It is a tie. Let us try again. All right. Oops. Sorry, the bears should be going with you guys. All right. And okay. As the Colossus goes first, as it pushes through the door, its first attack is, I think, does it only get one attack? Yep, it only gets one attack. So I'm going to do a 50-50 shot here, if you guys are okay with that. He's either going to swing at Ronnie or he's going to swing at the Paladin. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. So, Ronnie, since you are here, I'll let you choose. Do you want to be 1 to 50 or 51 to 100?
51 to 100, DM.
Got it. And there you have it. Ronnie is going to take the blow.
There ain't no blight here.
Gotcha.
This thing's all blight.
Yep. All right. Want to
I'm
make
reason I have a feeling this is going to end ugly for me.
Good. You might have to jump, dude.
As it slams Ronnie, as its fist comes barreling down. Boom. Takes out the entire side of the tower, hitting Ronnie for 52 hit points of damage.
Oh, shit, ball.
So Ronnie is at -6.
Yep.
As Ronnie is hurting.
Like you wasted my spell, DM.
I apologize. But the bears are still there. But once you're down, don't the bears go away? Am I correct?
I wouldn't think so, but you could. I guess you could rule that
Well,
if you wanted.
Yeah, summoning.
I'm not dead.
Well, that's true, but the thing is that you're not there to control the bears. So I'm wondering, you know what? I'm just going to say, unless you're not dead, that they're going to continue follow their last action. Zadkiel, as he flies up, he doesn't have to go quite. I'm going to move him to 100 feet up. Again, this could be over very quickly. I was kind of surprised at how fast this could happen. Update token. As Zadkiel flies up another 40 feet, takes aim at the critter. Does anybody want to roll Zadkiel for me to hit? Or do you want me to roll for him? What's that?
I mean, I'll roll.
Yeah, go ahead and because I hate being rolling for the party, especially when it could be, if he misses, it could be bad. If he hits, it could be all over.
I guess you're using strength.
So no, it would be considered a ranged attack. So he'll be using dexterity as his modifier to hit. So it's a 1d20. He gets a +2 on his ranged attacks.
Any other mods?
Nope.
Does he have any pluses he can use?
Nope. It is a straight attack roll with his dexterity as a mod, and he's basically throwing this powder into the beast's face.
Or he doesn't have any
points.
Pluses,
So yeah, he does. He actually has +5 available if need be.
Okay. What AC?
AC 7.
Alright, well that should be easy for him.
Yeah, that's what I told you. This could be over so easy.
Oh,
8!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I was going to laugh. That thing rolled a 2, and I was like, bam! Bam! You guys watch as the powder hits this thing in the face. It sort of coughs and sneezes for a second, and it breathes in. The next thing you watch is the beast or the colossus begins to shudder and shake. You watch as the seams that are sewn together to holding it begin to pop like little zits all the way down. It sounds almost like in modern day somebody with a card in their spokes of their tire
Ah,
going around, and all of these things burst. There's this flash of like blackish green light that flares out from the seams as they begin to split open, and this ichor, almost like a greenish black ooze, begins to flow out of the whole thing. The same fluid and mucus begins to spew out of its mouth, hitting Zadkiel, knocking him backwards as he plummets to the ground. As the magic that hits him it dispels all of the magic, so temporarily he falls and he crashes into the ground. Zadkiel suffers 37 hit points of damage as he slams into the ground. Oops. Sorry, not that much. 37. I need to add. How about 44, not 24? As he slams into the ground, almost knocking himself unconscious, but not quite. You watch as the beast itself begins to separate at all these different places where it was sewn together. And the next thing you know, it just falls over backwards, slamming into the ground in this puddle of ooze that begins to sort of seep away onto the ground. The bears all begin to run away in fear as this thing collapses and sprays stuff everywhere. Deglin, you and Sultal see as the Colossus falls to the ground, splattering everywhere. There's this cage of some sort that was stuck to the back underneath all of the matted trees and moss that gets squished. And inside what's left of this broken cage is the pummeled body of the necromancer Nathair. After a minute or two, the body stops convulsing.
can we write up?
And you guys, as you guys see the creature's remains are literally 100 feet long, so they stretch from the tower all the way back here as it's sort of splayed out everywhere as the pieces are falling off in chunks, leaving hunks of goo and flesh and, like I said, this blackish green ichor inside. Varys, you wanted to do something?
I want to fly up here
Okay.
and dump a potion down Ronnie's throat.
Ronnie's actually, sorry, you didn't have to do that. Ronnie is actually on the ground.
Okay.
He pummeled the corner of the tower has been destroyed as Ronnie's down there. Go ahead and roll the hit points back for Ronnie.
Well, DM, to be honest, and I hate to do it, but Ronnie might have to take another 3d6 worth of damage if he fell.
No, that was all. He didn't fall through. I just considered all that the damage. He just sort of destroyed the tower and pushed you into the ground, and I considered all of that the damage when you hit. So
You're a
there.
gentleman and a scholar. DM.
I'm just saying, I didn't. There was no additional falling. He just pummeled you all the way to the ground and pummeled you into the ground along with what's left of the corner of the tower.
I gave you an extra healing.
All right, as Ronnie gets 16 hit points. Now, that said, Ronnie was down to -6, so that means Ronnie is going to be unavailable for a week until he is fully recuperated, because he went below 0. Anything below 0, for every point below 0 is 1 day of recuperation, the same way that happened to Baron back in the day.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yep, I'm just saying. All right.
We'll just have the same with us when we hit that day.
Yep. All right. As
His mouth
Ronnie,
still works though, right, DM?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
we can rest here and then do the thing once he's recovered.
Ronnie's like, I'm glad to see that all of my efforts put down that monstrosity. It was worth every pummeling injury.
That's it.
It's
The
hard to
Bears.
speak-
Yeah, it's hard to speak when your face is crunched in, but yeah.
And your cheeks are full of acorns because I
Wish
heard
I
that's
had
how
seen
you
those
heal through it.
bears thread that monster.
Yeah, that's it, man. That being said, after all is said and done, and you guys stagger yourselves back together to sort of take stock of what has been going on.
Is the
Many
necromancer dead?
Yes, his body was
Oh.
inside the cage, and it's been destroyed by the fact that the Colossus fell on top of him.
Ah. Okay.
Taking the necromancer's body, you guys are greeted with cheers and shouts of joy and praise at the heroes of Vion, as even the soldiers that are running up to give aid to you, binding wounds, checking to make sure you guys are all okay, taking the body of Nathair, the necromancer, away from you so that he can be properly disposed of. And you guys are escorted in a
Make sure you burn that.
makeshift parade, or an impromptu parade, as you guys are led back down through the city of Vion as people are singing your praises. The heroes of Vion come from afar. They've come to destroy the beast and destroy the beast they have. Your names shall be written in the halls of glory forever. Stuff like that, right? So people are really sort of getting into the really cheering you guys on as you are brought back to eventually the chambers of the Archbishop. He can't believe how quickly you guys managed to dispatch the beast. My friends, you are indeed God sent. And as promised, we of Vion shall hold to our bargain. And here is your reward and your coin for such daring bravado in saving our small city from the demonic forces of the evil one. And he drops about 4 bags of gold on the table. I'm sorry, 5 bags of gold on the table. Each bag contains 2,000 gold coins. As the city rewards you with 10,000 gold.
Awesome.
What about
And we can't-
acorns, DM?
And
Josh,
a sack of and a and a sack of acorns just for you, my friend. And a sack of acorns just for you.
And we can't forget our friend Gaspard and this special powder he made. He's so thankful that
He goes, my friend, I do not know what our city deserved, but as promised, if my family heirloom has anything to do with how great you are in fighting these demonic beasts, then please take it with my honor and my thanks for what you have done to for my friends and my family here in Vion. And he hands you this mirror. It's silvered, extremely shiny. Doesn't look like it has any marks on it at all. And it has around the outside of the mirror, the frame itself is a snake engulfing itself from the tail. And it wrapped around, and it's very ornate, very detailed in the sense that the snake, even the scales on the snake are etched like to perfection all the way around this mirror. And so he hands you the mirror and again thanks you for what you have done for the city and for him. And he is glad that he was able to be a small part of bringing Nathair to justice that he deserved. And then with that, you guys are brought back to your inn. We are able to rest and recuperate as needed.
Heal
Yeah,
the
we're-
paladin too.
Yeah, the paladin. So yeah, Zadkiel. He's can give himself 14, so that puts him at 58. So
All right,
he's still down 23.
I
But
can
I'm
cast-
just gonna say you guys are gonna be here for a week. at least 6 days. Are you going to do that, or are you going to go ahead and
Yeah.
go on without?
We'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
Okay. All right. So that case, everybody can be brought back up to their max hit points. All your spells are restored. Let me go back and reset the map again, because that's just how we roll.
That's great.
So today was the 28th. So today will now be the 6th day of Sunzeb. 8 o'clock in the morning. So a week or so passes as you guys heal, recuperate. Everywhere you go in town, you guys don't spend a dime. The rest of the time you're in town, your stay at the inn is paid for. Your meals are paid for. By the way, they did give you guys half a dozen vials of holy water. You still have that. You never used it.
Oh, put that in the bag. Yeah. Hold on to those.
You know, that was, it's kind of funny you mentioned that bag of holding, because I was just going to say, and just for retcon, if Deglin had walked past those disenchanters, the bag of holding was going to get.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That would have been no bueno, because Ronnie would have run out of acorns, I think.
Yeah.
You can put it in the bag. I won't put it on the treasure sheet then.
Okay.
Okay.
But you guys
I'll put it in the
are,
bag.
but as I said, you guys are,
Just the mirror, though, right? You're holding on to the other stuff, or should I put the potion?
Well, no, I have the mirror on the treasure sheet.
Oh, okay. I don't have to put. I can put it in the bag.
Well,
What is- what is tape?
I thought you were putting the holy water in the bag.
Oh, I can do that too. Yeah. I thought we were talking about the. Okay, I'll put the hold. You said six vials of holy water.
yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on this, but yeah. So I assume I'm not able to train and level up here.
No, I'm going to allow you to.
Okay.
Yep. Because you had to be in some kind of a downtime for at least a week. I don't do like the 8, 9, 10 weeks, whatever. I just like a week or so of training and practicing your skills and stuff like that. What's that?
I'll say I'll take my sheet and resend it to you.
Okay.
for this. Then.
I'm gonna go to bed, guys, because I'm sorry. I'm very tired of my day. So
No problem. No problem.
okay,
I don't
sorry.
think we're going to get too much farther than now. We got about 20 minutes left or so. So go ahead and go to bed, and we'll kind of finish up this
I'm
stuff.
sorry, I had a big day. So
No, totally okay. No
Okay,
problemo.
See you next Monday.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
Good night. Bye bye.
Okay.
I gotta stand room and take all the stuff.
I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. That's funny. All right. Give me just a second here. I need to set something up here.
So next time we're gonna put all this, do the stuff on the note and get out of here because well, we're gonna go back to the portal and go back and then because we're not summoning the brother here, we're summoning him back in the castle, right?
I'm not sure what the note said about that. It didn't really say, did it?
Yes, it says. Let me go back to the note.
I'm
Sorry.
reading it.
Yep, it says. The secret that will break the curse surrounding Castle Amber and lift the gray mist is engraved on the inside lid of Stephen Amber's casket. To summon Prince Stephen's tomb from beyond space and time, 4 magical items are needed. The 4 items, the sword, the viper-circled mirror, the ring, and the potion, can all be found in Averone, our old homeland. Touch the ring to the viper's tail, anoint the sword with the potion, shatter the mirror with the sword, and Stephen's tomb will appear. So apparently, However, you get rid of that is you have to summon Stephen first. So it doesn't say you have to be at the castle. It just says you have to have the 4 items.
Yeah. I don't. How would we get back to the castle anyway? We don't even know how we got here. Really.
You know what
That's
the
the arch.
portal is. It
No,
was
when
here.
you guys first arrived, you turned around and there was no portal behind you.
You're right.
Oh, I thought it was still there. Okay. Well, then I guess we'll have to do it here.
We'll go out in the woods and do it. We don't want to do it in the middle of town. They already know we're pagans. They don't want to see us summoning some ancient dead mage.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So that's the plan for this time. Then.
Yep. All right. So, like I said, you guys all get yourselves in order. You are sort of heroes of the town, obviously, and you guys can do no wrong as you spend your days recuperating, training to get yourself into better shape in the case of Varus. And as I said before, you guys don't have to pay anything when it comes time or when it comes to your meals and drinks and stuff. However, that week does pass by relatively quickly as Ronnie eventually finds himself where he's able to cast his spells and do his acorn stuff. One thing that I will mention is that because everybody knows that Ronnie was severely hurt, people are coming every once in a while to check on him. Several people, Ronnie, bring you small bushes of mistletoe when they realize that you are a woodsman and you have some sort of affinity for the mistletoe. They bring you three little bushels or little bundles of mistletoe so that you can use it for whatever it is you use mistletoe for. But that's their way of trying to show their appreciation for you and what you have done to save the town.
Well, that's awesome, DM. They know exactly how to make Ronnie happy.
Yes, sir. So that said, after a week has passed, you guys find yourselves sitting in your rooms. What do we wish to do? Are we going to try something here? Are we going back to the woods? What do we want to do?
We should go into the woods and find a nice secluded spot and do this.
Okay. As you guys find yourselves leaving Vion, following, you can just tell me which direction you want to go.
Well, let's just go back towards the area that we first came in.
Yeah.
So when you first came in, it was like
We're not going to go that far.
right
We'll
about
go
here.
out.
Was
yeah,
that-
we were like, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Away
Okay.
From
Okay.
prying eyes.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys travel for about, I don't know, 3 hours outside of town, following the main road. Eventually, Ronnie, you find them a secluded area in the woods where you can kind of have a little seclusion, kind of a little time to yourselves, whatever, as you have your steeds with you. What do we wish to do?
Well, let's follow the instructions.
Yeah.
All right. What do we do first?
Well, it says we have the four. We get the 4 items. We set them out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the reins to the viper's tail on the
Okay.
mirror.
Okay. So you take the ring of Ibon and you touch it to the tail. There's a slight little hum and a vibration when suddenly the tail sort of comes out of the snake's mouth, allowing you to slip the ring over the tail of the snake. As you do, you let it go. It sort of binds itself to the snake, and you watch as it slowly, and I mean so slowly that it's really agonizing, that you're like, I want to get this over with. but it slowly moves its way around this large, perfectly formed mirror. Perhaps 5, maybe even 10 minutes go by, but it continues to move. Eventually, you see the ring comes around the neck of the snake, coming almost full circle. The ring suddenly shifts and becomes smaller until it forms a perfectly fit collar around the neck of the snake, and the snake's head moves to once again engulf the tail. There's a slight clicking sound as it appears to lock in place.
Alright, let's anoint a sword with the potion.
Yep.
You guys take the potion out. It has sort of a silvery blackness to it. As you pour it on the sword of Solaire, it does, and immediately the fluid begins to flow over, down, and around the entire blade. The blade itself is suddenly a glowing golden sword that gives off a golden light in about a 10-foot radius around you, and it's almost humming in Zadkil's hand as he's holding it, as this, his eyes are lit up like, yes, I've wanted this sword forever, as it's glowing brightly with this golden angelic light around it.
Stand in the mirror with the sword.
Well, we're gonna stand it up with a log or something so it stands up.
Yeah.
Okay, as you stand up the mirror, he takes the sword and he sticks it into, and to shatter the mirror. It hits the mirror. Boom! Everything explodes around you. The sword itself explodes. The mirror itself explodes, sending shards in thousands of pieces in all different directions. You guys are sort of duck to try to avoid the
Fragment.
the fragments from smashing you guys in the face. This strange, unearthly sort of a amber mist sort of flows around you guys. And the next thing you know, you find yourself standing on what appears to be an endless plain. Ahead, some 200 or 300 feet before you, you see these huge stone walls forming the edges of a tomb. The tomb itself is probably 40 feet tall, and in the center of it all is a door.
Nice.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
Ah.
So, yep, it's a few minutes early that we're going to end, but I don't want to go any further into this until we get Satal back next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed our game. I know that I did, so we'll see if the party enjoyed it. I know that was a close one there. I mean, he rolled that 2, and then suddenly it turned into a 18. I was like, we had it.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I'm going to use my nat 20 as a Varus to get it, if not no.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured that you guys were gonna do. But I was just gonna go wait for him to hit with the sword and miss, and I'm going to use my nat 20. The rule says it has to be a naturally rolled 19 or 20. It can't be a given. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, but you could have hit it with the powder. Yeah. The powder would have worked, just not the sword. Just not the sword. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. I know some of our players normally have to leave a little early, so that's totally cool. Appreciate you guys. We will see you next Monday. In the meantime, I'm going to hang out here just for a little bit, just to kind of see and talk with folks that see who's still out there on the stream. If anybody, hopefully people enjoy. I hope the night's game was enjoyable. I mean, I think it went okay.
Yeah,
it went okay. You guys definitely got a lot of experience in Treasure Night. So Varus, you might be 11th level by next week. Who knows? So, yep. So, definitely make sure that all of the treasure is documented. And I will go through and I will make sure that the experience are appropriately divvied out to you guys.
Yeah, we're going to spend time dividing up all this treasure once we're back.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. So, yeah, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Who is still out on the stream with us? Anybody? I mean, does anybody even watch this stream anymore?
Ron Dog.
Ron Dog's out there, so I guess that's all that matters, man. As long as the Ron Dog's out there watching the stream, we are good to go. Yep. That was a close one, man. And a few more hit points, man. -10, that would have been it. Ronnie would have been.
Tried, DM. You
I,
tried.
but I couldn't do it. They tried. So, all right, Lando.
Well, have a good one.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
See you next week,
I'll
Lando.
see you
Thanks, man.
guys Next week.
All right, appreciate it, Ron. See you, brother.
Bye.
All right, guess it's just you and me, Declan.
Hey,
Guess we are the hardcore. You know, ex-military guys. We can handle it. We understand
We
most
can
other people
hang.
can't. We understand most other people can't. But we appreciate everybody that's staying out there on the stream with us. I really, really do appreciate it. Hopefully, like I said, you guys are all enjoying the game. This is actually a pretty lengthy adventure running it via this way, right? Especially when you have a party that just hems and haws and dithers and dathers and takes 45 minutes to decide what they want to do. And by the time they do it, they change their plan a dozen times. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I have always said, man, this is your guys' game. So it's like, you guys do what you want to do. So, but we're getting closer. So we have completed the, let's see, we did the first part. Now we've completed the second part. Had the final, last but not least, the third part. They got to find, they found the tomb of Stephen. Now they got to go in and see if they can figure out how to break the curse.
Yeah,
you gotta, you gotta cipher the riddle and all the other stuff. So it was actually, I'm glad that the game went as long as it did and the way it did, because I was really hoping there was a little more combat. But I really misplayed the werewolf. I should have cast web first thing. I should have just said, boom, cast web, webbed everybody, and then magic missiled and done whatever with the wolf. So, but I misplayed it, and so I figured, you know what, my mistake is your benefit. And but I did manage to get rid of Satal's belt, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, you bet. Oh, that was horrid.
I'm telling you, and I would have said, I told myself, I said, number 1 is the bag of holding. Number 2 is Satal's belt. Number 3 is your belt. Then it was Varys' sword. And then everything else was whoever's closest, right? Whoever's closest to me, who's got the biggest magic weapon. In that case, Ronnie, he had I could have done the cloak of protection. Oh, I froze again. There we go. We're back. Ronnie had the cloak of protection, but I just said, you know what? He loves that +3 spear. So let's get rid of that +3 spear. And let's get rid of his magic armor.
Oh, no.
So yeah, no, that's,
what was the armor? It was only +1 leather.
Yeah, it had +1 leather, +3 spear. So it's not like they're like.
The spear was big, but the leather was
Yeah, exactly. So he can get more
the
stuff.
belt,
But
the belt.
yeah. Well, he even said he thought it was too powerful. I said, no, not really. I don't think so. I gave it to you. So, yes, at lower levels it's going to be really powerful, but wait till you're actually fighting giants. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when the guys are the same strength of you, so it's not going to be quite the same. So when you do 50 hit points of damage, great, but when they're doing 60 hit points of damage to you, so yeah, man, it was cool. But again, I appreciate everybody that's out there in the stream. I'm gonna figure out, who do we want to raid tonight. Are we gonna go to? Oops, that's not. We need to go to raid.
Quest Chaos, Cave Geek Art, Fabled 42. I want a thing from Fabled.
Really?
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
It's like a gift package. It had some stickers and a bottle opener. And
Yeah, I haven't seen Darling on in a while. She's usually on like every month.
She posted a thing on Discord saying her schedule.
Yeah, she's been like sick type stuff, so I'm not really 100% sure what's going on. I'm gonna.
Yeah. My brother's got shingles.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
I've never had it, but he says it hurts like hell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hear too. All right, so let's look and see. Oops, I want to do that. We want to go. Let's go to mod view. And now let's see who's out there. Yeah.
Cardman says he's been under the weather. I hope you
Yeah.
get better, man.
Yeah, it's like my wife is sick, but she's a preschool teacher, so she's like always sick because
Yeah.
the kids always have
They're
what
such
what happened today? Oh yeah, they blew snot all over me. It was such a great day. I'm like, you sleep on your side of the house, I'll sleep on mine. So, but yeah, I really don't want her to be sick right now because our next week we play next week and the 29th, and then we're gonna lose a week because I'll be in Hawaii. So
Oh, you're going to Hawaii and you're not bringing me. What's up with that?
that's because I don't like you. But
Oh,
I was gonna tell you,
Rub it in a
um,
little, yeah.
yeah, I bought a around the island tour, and we're going to North Island or the North Shore.
Yeah.
So you told me you need to go to North Shore and check out some of the places over there, and they showed this one of the little huts, and they had the shrimp stuff you were talking about, I think. And my wife's like, she's in love. She's like, I want to go and check that out because she loves shrimp, right? So I'm really looking forward to it. So I only booked 2 things while we're there. The rest of the time, we're just going to decide what we want to do. Well, we know we're going to see the memorial. So any self-respecting squid that went to Hawaii without seeing the memorial just needs to be sunk. So we're gonna see the memorial, but I don't know if I want to do the memorial and like the air museum and stuff because there's a couple tours that combine the two. But we may just like go on our own. So most of the time it's like we fly in. We're gonna have jet lag the first night, so the next day is just a beach day. We're just gonna walk right out of the hotel onto the beach, sit out on the beach until I turn into a lobster. Go back in. We might walk around some shops and the stuff because we're in the Hilton Waikiki Village is where we're at. So it's like right there where all the shops and hotels and all that stuff are. And then one day, like right before we leave, I booked the luau, that's the only thing my wife wanted to do while we were there.
Hotel?
No, it's at one of the luau places on town.
Okay.
So we're gonna do the luau. We're gonna go and I bought VIP tickets, so we got like up front, we get special treatment, all the good stuff. So told her, I said, if I'm gonna take you to Hawaii, we're gonna go in style. So we did that, and like I said, I got a around the island tour. But other than that, there's not really much. We don't have anything booked. We know what we want to do. Like I want to walk up and see Diamond Head, go up to the park and
Right.
check it out and do the walk up there and turn my calves into jello.
Yeah, and it will.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's
You gonna do any diving?
no, my wife doesn't dive. And she told me I can go, but I told her, I said, if I'm going to Hawaii with you, I'm going to do stuff with you, right? I would love to go diving, but the only time I'm going to go is if I'm with my boys. So if my boys don't go, then I'm not going to dive, unless I happen to take a trip on my own, right? So my dive shop, they do world tour trips all the time. They just did one over in, they did Cabo, then they did one over in the Indian Ocean. They did a liveaboard over in the IO. Stuff like that I want to do, but I just haven't done it. So I don't know.
I dove on a couple of places in Oahu. It was
Right.
pretty good.
You know what?
But yeah, if you get the chance, they got a half day excursion. It takes you on two dives.
Yeah.
And you'll be back by like 1:00.
Nice. So I just realized that on my stream I had the chat hidden because I was having issues with it one time. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to turn off the chat. And lo and behold, it's back, and I forgot to turn it back on. So I'm just looking at the stream. I'm like, where's my chat? And I'm like, oh shit! Like 4 weeks ago, I turned it off. And just see, this is. I mean, I don't know. This is where you go to learn how not to stream. So, but anyway, like I said, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out. Who do we want to pick? We got Lollygaggers. They're okay, but again, I don't ever see them like who. Oh, hang on. I have to look and see. Someone just followed us not too long ago. Is that them? Casters? Okay, they're not out there. Casters and Castles actually came and followed us back one night. I was really, really happy about that. Let's go to what's Goblins and Warlocks doing. Let's go and take a poke at those guys and kind of see what they're doing. Yep. we're gonna do those guys, Goblets and Warlocks. I remember these guys; they're actually pretty funny. So, as always, I really, really, really appreciate everything that you guys have done as far as helping keep the stream going. I hope you guys will be here Monday. That is our next stream as our players try to figure out how to get into Stephen's tomb. And once they find Stephen's tomb, open up his coffin. The guys that DM or game with me know that every time they come to a sarcophagus, they never open it because nothing good ever happens. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, we'll catch you guys next Monday, and then the stream after that will be the following Friday. Then we'll have a Monday stream, and then no stream until a while because I will be gone to Hawaii. Well, I'm only in Hawaii for 10 days, so I'll probably miss like 2 streams or something like that. But I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna go and we're gonna raid over into where are they? Did I say Goblets? Yep. We're going to go over and we're going to check out the folks at Goblets and Warlocks. If you haven't followed them, I encourage you to do so. For those that are just arriving, I apologize. We are just ending, but hopefully you'll stay with us over to Goblets and Warlocks because those guys are awesome. But in the meantime, just remember, in a world that you can be anything you want, all we ask is that you be kind. We'll see you guys next week. Let's see how many we can get. Did I push the right button? I did. Oh, look at there. Come on. A couple more. We got all of us. Woo. See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Just say her name 3 times. You'll meet her.
We have a raid coming in from Agora Quest, raiding with a party of 6 viewers. Silver, can I get a shout out? Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. How was y'all's stream? Hope everything's going great. Welcome in. Glad to have you. If you're just joining us from the raid, we do have viewer rewards you can give out to the players. There they're all.
Fun. Look at the
We
fun
have
we're having.
Igor's son, thank you for the follow. You can give a D4 to any player you like.
Oh.
Just put it in chat who would you like to give a player or a D4 to. Thank you for the follow. All right. So you left your message for Ted Neck. This give the stuff too. Oh yeah, the crazy lady that was sleeping when y'all first came back into town.
That's the one.
She's not crazy.
Just a little eccentric, like kind of like you. But
Thank
She
you,
hears
Crash,
everything.
for the resub for
Sure
3
she does.
months. Thank you. You can give
Do you wanna
advantage
risk
to
it?
anybody you like.
Yes.
Measure of Dawn, you got the D4.
Okay, got it.
thank you.
Got it.
I think.
Too late. It's already recorded.
But they wrote Measure of Dawn and then subscribed. But I didn't get the D4 from the sun.
Hey, Iger.
Yeah, man.
They're asking you on the
Measure
channel
of
who you
Dawn,
want
I
to give
get
the.
advantage from that.
I gave it to Mod.
Nice.
Okay, I'll switch it over.
Dang.
Oh, the bar.
Nice.
Okay.
Well,
Oh
there are two
no!
of
Measure
them.
Dawn
Give a
got
couple
Measure
minutes.
Dawn. Measure
Oh,
Dawn
half
got
elf
the D4.
bard.
Elf.
And the Bard
Sebastian.
got oh yeah, there's 2 bards. Yeah, which bard?
Yeah,
The
he said half elf bard.
So Sebastian, you get the advantage. That's what it is.
Okay, you have 7
Yes.
advantages now, Sebastian.
Yo, I'm gonna
Jesus.
use them all on giving Gaga disadvantage if I can. Not all.
What?
Do a 2 for 1 deal. You can convince him for a 2 for 1 deal.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
You can do it. You can do
Don't
it.
make this worse. You can do 1 for 1 deal. Come on.
Yeah,
Give it a
apparently
shake.
I can't read names either, so no worries, Quest.
He can't pronounce them either. It's okay.
Thank
I
you.
can pronounce them, I
Quest,
can't
that's
read them,
awesome.
so I'm a terrible DM. So if you come for expert level play of
Aw.
DMs, you come to the wrong place.
You are not a
Great
terrible DM.
I mean, y'all still here, so I guess I'm doing something okay.
Yeah.
It's like for almost 2 years now.
You're doing
Oh,
something
shit,
right. Yeah.
Hear us-
Yeah, we've been here
He'll
for a
hear us
minute.